Hey everyone, welcome back to Diary of a Canadian. I'm so excited for today's video because we're talking about something super close to my heart, moving to Canada. I get so many questions about it, and trust me, I get it. Moving to a new country is a huge decision and you want to be prepared, right? Whether you're dreaming of those breathtaking Rocky Mountains, the bustling streets of Toronto, or the charming East Coast vibes, Canada has something for everyone. But before you pack your bags and book that one-way ticket, there are some essential things you need to know to make your transition as smooth as a maple syrup latte. So, consider this your ultimate guide to conquering Canada. I'm breaking down all the need-to-know info, from the practical stuff like visas and healthcare, to the fun stuff like embracing Canadian culture, hockey anyone? Get ready to take notes because this is going to be your Canadian survival guide. Let's jump right in. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the moose in the forest. Canada is massive. Like, seriously, it's the second largest country in the world, and I'm not just saying that because I'm biased. We're talking about a whopping 10 million square kilometers of land, stretching from the Atlantic Ocean all the way to the Pacific, with the Arctic Ocean up north just for good measure. To put that into perspective, traveling from Toronto to Vancouver is like flying from London to Dubai. Now here's the thing, Canada's size means that the lifestyle, climate, and opportunities vary widely, depending on where you choose to call home. Think of it like this. British Columbia is your outdoorsy friend who loves hiking and snowboarding, while Ontario is the ambitious one with a killer job and a jam-packed social calendar. And then there are the quieter, more laid-back provinces like New Brunswick and Saskatchewan, perfect for those who prefer a slower pace of life. So before you start picturing yourself sipping Tim Hortons by Niagara Falls, which by the way you totally should, take some time to research the different provinces and territories. What kind of climate are you looking for? Do you thrive in a bustling city, or prefer a more relaxed atmosphere? Are you drawn to mountains, oceans, or prairies? Canada literally has it all. Think about your priorities, your lifestyle, and what you're hoping to achieve by moving to Canada. This is a big decision, so don't rush it. Take your time, do your research, and trust me, you'll find the perfect place to plant your roots. Remember, there's no right or wrong answer here. It's all about finding the Canadian adventure that's right for you. Alright, unicorns, let's get real for a second. Moving to Canada isn't as simple as booking a flight and showing up with your suitcase and a dream. Immigration can be a bit of a maze, but don't worry, I'm here to help you navigate it like a pro. First things first, you need to figure out which immigration pathway is right for you. Canada has a whole bunch of options, each with its own set of requirements and eligibility criteria. Think of it like choosing your player in a video game. You want the one that aligns best with your skills and goals. For all my skilled workers out there, the Express Entry program is your golden ticket. It's designed to attract skilled professionals to Canada, and it's one of the fastest ways to get permanent residency. If you've got the skills and experience Canada is looking for, Express Entry is your best bet. Now, if you've already got a job offer in Canada, you go, Glen Coco. The Provincial Nominee Program, PNP, might be the way to go. Each province and territory has its own PNP stream, designed to attract workers in specific industries. But wait, there's more. If you've got family in Canada who are citizens or permanent residents, they might be able to sponsor you to come over. Family sponsorship is a great option for those with strong ties to Canada. And for all my student peeps out there, the study permit is your gateway to Canadian adventure. Canada has some of the top universities in the world, and studying here can be your stepping stone to permanent residency. Plus, you get to experience student life in Canada, which is a whole lot of fun. If you don't count the exams, of course. Now I know what you're thinking. Lily, this all sounds complicated. And you know what? You're not wrong. Immigration can be a complex process, but don't let that discourage you. Take your time, do your research, and don't be afraid to reach out to immigration consultants or lawyers if you need help. Trust me, it's worth it. Okay fam, let's talk about the moose in the maple forest. Cost of living in Canada. Sticker shock is real. Vancouver and Toronto, gorgeous but pricey. Finding affordable rent is tough. But don't freak out. Winnipeg or Halifax are wallet-friendly. Bigger city, bigger price tag. Smaller city, smaller bills. Groceries, transportation, and takeout add up. And yeah, taxes here are a thing, but hey, free healthcare. Now I know what you're thinking. Lily, how do I adult with my finances in Canada? Well, my frugal friend, budgeting is your new BFF. First things first, figure out your income and expenses. And no, online shopping is not an expense category. Unless you're buying my merch, then it's an investment. Next, make a plan. I'm talking spreadsheets, apps, or even just good old-fashioned pen and paper. Whatever helps you track where your money is going. And here's a pro tip. Look for student discounts or free activities. Canada is all about embracing the great outdoors, so take advantage of the free parks, festivals, and events. Who needs fancy restaurants when you have a picnic with a view, am I right? Alright, let's talk about something that makes Canada the envy of the world. Free healthcare. Yes, you heard that right. No more selling your kidney to afford a doctor's appointment. As a resident, most essential services are covered. Think of it like a magical unicorn that takes care of your boo-boos and sniffles. It's a beautiful thing. But hold your horses, my friends. It's not a completely free ride. Dental, prescription meds, and eye exams might still cost you. Think of it as a small price to pay for peace of mind. And don't forget to apply for your provincial health card as soon as you land. It's like your golden ticket to free healthcare wonderland. But be warned, some provinces have waiting periods, so you might need temporary private insurance. Now I know navigating a new healthcare system can be confusing, like trying to understand Canadian slang. Seriously, what is a kerfuffle? But don't worry, I got you. The Canadian healthcare system is generally pretty straightforward. You can choose a family doctor or visit walk-in clinics if you need to see someone ASAP, and if you're ever unsure about what's covered, just ask. Canadians are known for their politeness, so don't be shy. We're all about helping each other out, eh? Remember, your health is your wealth, so take advantage of this amazing system. It's one of the best things about living in the Great White North. Okay folks, buckle up because we're about to talk about Canada's most infamous resident, winter. Yeah, you've probably heard the stories, seen the memes about us living in igloos. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not all that far off. Temperatures can drop lower than my patience during a bad hair day, especially in places like Winnipeg or Edmonton. So, what does that mean for you? Invest in a high-quality winter coat. Like seriously, this is not the time for your cute but flimsy fashion jacket. You'll need something that can withstand the polar vortex. And don't even get me started on boots. Waterproof, insulated, and with good grip are non-negotiable. You'll be thanking me later when you're not slipping and sliding down the sidewalk like a penguin on ice. But before you start packing your bags for a tropical getaway, hold up. Canada isn't stuck in a perpetual snow globe. We actually have all 4 seasons, each with its own unique charm. Summers can get surprisingly hot, especially in places like Ontario and Alberta. Think scorching sun, barbecues, and swimming in lakes. It's like Canada's way of making up for the 6 months of winter. And then there's fall, my personal favorite. Picture this: crisp air, vibrant leaves in every shade of orange and red, and that cozy feeling that just makes you want to curl up with a pumpkin spice latte. It's truly magical. So yeah, Canada's weather can be unpredictable, but that's part of the adventure. Just embrace the layers, invest in some good winter gear, and get ready to experience all the beauty that each season has to offer. Alright unicorns, let's talk about hustling in the Great White North. Finding a job in Canada might take a hot minute, especially if your field needs you to have Canadian experience. First things first, revamp that resume Canadian style. Highlight your accomplishments. Networking is huge in Canada, don't be shy. Go to industry events, slide into those LinkedIn DMs. Canadians believe in work-life balance. Many companies offer awesome benefits like parental leave and flexible work arrangements. With the right attitude and a killer resume, you'll be sipping Tim Hortons in your new office in no time. Now let's talk about the Canadian work environment. It's pretty chill, especially compared to some other places. They encourage breaks and having a life outside of work. But don't mistake chill for unproductive. Canadians work hard, just not 24/7s. They value teamwork and collaboration, and they're seriously polite, so remember to say please and thank you. Overall, the Canadian work environment is great. Okay, let's talk about the real reason you're moving to Canada, to finally live out your lumberjack dreams, right? Just kidding. Unless... Look, we all know the stereotypes. Canadians are obsessed with hockey, they apologize for everything, and they say after every sentence. And while there is some truth to those stereotypes, seriously, hockey is basically a religion here, Canada is so much more than that. This country is like a giant melting pot of cultures, languages, and traditions. You'll hear everything from French to Mandarin to Punjabi on the streets, and you'll find every type of food imaginable. It's seriously a foodie's paradise. One of the best things about Canada is its commitment to diversity and inclusion. People from all walks of life are welcomed with open arms, and there's a strong sense of community and belonging. Of course, like any country, Canada has its challenges, but overall, it's a very welcoming and accepting place to live. So embrace the differences, learn some new slang, like loony and toony for your dollars, and get ready to experience a country that's as diverse as its landscape. Seriously, from the Rocky Mountains to the Atlantic coast, this place is ridiculously beautiful. Oh, and one last thing. Don't be afraid to strike up a conversation with a stranger. Canadians are generally friendly and approachable, and you never know, you might just make a new friend. Just be prepared for them to apologize if you bump into them accidentally. It's a reflex. Alright, future Canadians, let's talk about getting around this massive country. Depending on where you're landing, your transportation options might range from dog sleds to high-speed trains. Okay, maybe not dog sleds everywhere, but you get the idea. In big cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal, public transit is your BFF. Think subways, buses, streetcars, and even ferries. It's efficient, affordable, and you don't have to worry about parallel parking, which is a win in my book. But if you're chilling in a smaller town or rural area, a car might be as essential as a winter coat. Just remember, Canada takes its car safety seriously. If you're bringing your ride from another country, make sure it meets Canadian standards. You don't want to get pulled over by the Mounties because your headlights aren't up to code. Winter driving in Canada is a whole other beast. Snow piled high, ice forming on your windshield, and the sun setting at 4 p.m. Invest in good winter tires. Stock an emergency kit with a blanket, snacks, and a flashlight. Slow down and be extra cautious. Black ice is real. Safe travels. Setting up a bank account is one of the first steps after moving. I'm here to break down another essential aspect of moving to Canada: taxes and banking. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. First things first, you gotta get yourself a Canadian bank account. Think of it like setting up your home base for all things money in Canada. We're talking RBC, TD, Scotiabank, the big players. They have special services just for newcomers like you. Once you're set up, it's time to tackle taxes: income tax, sales tax, property tax. It funds essential services. And hey, free healthcare. We'll get into that in another chapter. Let's break down this tax thing. The Canadian tax system can seem complex, especially if you're new. But don't stress, there are resources to help you out. The CRA website is your go-to source for all things tax-related. Tons of information, guides, and online calculators are available. Consider consulting a tax professional, especially your first year. They can help you navigate the system and file correctly. Filing on time is super important. Mark deadlines to avoid penalties. Now that we've got the serious stuff out of the way, let's move on to something more fun in the next chapter. Peace out. Moving to a new country can feel lonely. It's normal to miss your friends and family, but building a community in Canada is doable. Trust me, I've been there. Local newcomer programs are great for meeting people. They offer language classes, job support, and social events. Connect with others going through the same experience. Community centers are hubs for activities. From fitness classes to art workshops, language exchanges, and cultural celebrations, it's a fantastic way to expand your social circle. Now, I know what you're thinking. Lily, I'm not exactly the outgoing life-of-the-party type, and that's totally cool. You don't have to be the most extroverted person in the room to build a strong community. Canada is home to people from all walks of life, and there are tons of groups and activities for every interest imaginable. Love to hike? Join a hiking club? Passionate about photography? Find a photography group. The key is to put yourself out there. even if it feels a little awkward at first. Remember, everyone's in the same boat, looking to connect with others and build friendships. Canadians are generally a friendly bunch, so don't be afraid to strike up conversations, ask questions, and get involved. And hey, if you're ever feeling lost or overwhelmed, don't hesitate to reach out for help. There are tons of organizations and resources available to support newcomers, and sometimes, just talking to someone who understands what you're going through can make all the difference. And there you have it, my friends. Those are 10 essential things you need to know before making the big move to Canada. From the vastness of the country to the ins and outs of healthcare, taxes, and building a community, we've covered a lot of ground together. Remember, moving to a new country is a big decision, but with the right preparation and a positive attitude, it can be an incredibly rewarding experience. Canada is a land of opportunity, breathtaking natural beauty, and some of the friendliest people you'll ever meet. Embrace the adventure, stay curious, and don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone. If this video helped make your Canadian dreams a little clearer, give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button to join the Diary of a Canadian Fam, and let me know in the comments what excites you most about potentially living in Canada. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.